Harwood?
If that's the building that I'm thinking it is, I think we're about a block off.
Yeah. That looks like the Sheridan.
Right. So the Sheridan to your right-hand side, and then the ancillary building.
Conference Center to the left.
You're going to be crossing the DART tracks here in just a moment.
Now we don't see her.
So it looks like we've stopped here. I don't know if we can lose the banner here for a minute so we can see. Thank you. So we can see what's going on the screen.
Okay,
Police
so they're moving through.
Still moving forward.
But we don't see the car anymore.
Right. This very bright yellow vehicle. So let's take a minute here.
Right, because I think police are asking where'd she go also at this moment.
Too? Okay, Skyfork.
There's the car. There's the car.
The car now a couple of streets over. That's
Ross Avenue. They're right. She's just a couple of blocks that way.
Yeah, we can look outside and see her. So that's the church on the corner there.
The Methodist.
And now we're heading back toward the Arts District. So this is on Pearl Street. So you're going to be talking about heading toward Uptown Dallas. Now, if you're talking about an area of town that has an incredible amount of foot traffic here, you might think, the smartest thing to do is going to be to hop on Woodall Rogers here
and try to
get out of Dodge.
35. Oh! That was almost the accident of the day. And that's one of the dangers. They blew through that light.
Yep.
And an unsuspecting citizen almost T-boned.
Yep. So now we're headed toward Uptown, the Uptown section of Dallas here. Northbound on Pearl Street. So we're going to be coming up on the Ritz-Carlton. The Crescent Hotel is right there on your right-hand side.
Is that McKinney?
So there's a few choices here. You can now take this toward the tollway. You can take it really toward downtown Dallas. So if you kept on going straight, you're talking about heading toward Victory Park at this point.
Yes. And we've lost because of some of the high-rises.
Yeah, line of sight, that's the Ritz-Carlton residences that you're looking at for those of you trying to get your bearings in downtown Dallas. The vehicle you should see pop out on the left-hand side of your screen at any moment. The nice thing for us, this is a brightly yellow-colored car and pretty easy to follow. Okay, it looks like police continue to follow. Go. Okay, so now we're heading toward the entrance to the tollway.
To the tollway, yes.
Yeah.
Now, DPS obviously controls the tollway, and so troopers are already engaged. It's likely their helicopter may be up as well. And let's see how this plays out. There's Wolf Street.
So this is Wolf Street, the high-rise, the Azure is right over here, and this is the entrance. You can see the lines. There you go. There's the North Dallas Tollway. So
run into the toll road.
As we pick up this, almost getting into the second hour here, this vehicle now headed northbound on the Dallas North Tollway. This first came in as a report of a stolen vehicle near downtown Fort Worth. Fort Worth police in pursuit for just over an hour now of this yellow vehicle. We have unconfirmed reports that there is a female driver in this car.
Possibly a stolen car.
Possibly a stolen car. We don't know about any other occupants.
Okay, DSO getting in front of her, or the driver, let's say. We believe it's a female. We've been told that according to scanner traffic, but not certain.
It looks like law enforcement here is ready for this to be over. I mean, we are really seeing a lot of these DSO vehicles get in front of the car, really, and we can only assume that that is, as we head here on the tollway here, now to go in front of this vehicle and to perhaps lay some sort of stop device in the road to get her to stop.
They're probably going to try to spike her again, spike that driver again on the toll road here.
I would say so, especially on this part of the tollway. There are not a whole lot of exits between where this driver is right now and the next available opportunity to get off.
Especially after you get past the lemon exit.
Right. So that gives law enforcement, and there's the lemon exit. That gives law enforcement the ability to really kind of get some ground there. I believe the next exit isn't until Lover's Lane.
Right.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to get off at Lemon Avenue. Okay, for those of you...
Have jumped off at Lemon Avenue.
So we're now headed... there was another attempt at that spiking right there on the...
so the driver jumped off at Lemon Avenue.
This is in front of the Whole Foods. This is my old neck of the woods. So now we're traveling on... I believe this is Hawthorne Street in the Highland Park area of Dallas. So now we are moving into Highland Park. The tollway is going to be to the left here. This is the area just adjacent to the Oaklawn and Lemon Avenue corridor.
Can you see if the vehicle is slowed any?
Not at all. I mean, look, you can see that this vehicle, which we're told is driven by a woman, is still driving at a pretty good rate of speed. We are now in Highland Park.
So it's possible that the front left tire may have been spiked by sheriff's deputies. That's why I'm asking you if we can see it all.
We did see that attempt by sheriff's deputies to spike this vehicle as it took the Lemon Avenue exit off of Dallas North Tollway.
Right.
It doesn't look like it has had too much effect on her speed. This is Lomo Alto.
They're on Lomo Alto at this moment.
Driving through the Highland Park
At a high
area
rate of speed.
of Dallas, driving through Highland Park, which is of course its own city. There is an opportunity to get onto the tollway again if the driver so chooses. If not, you're going to be coming up on a pretty congested area. You're talking about the shops at Highland Park Village. You're talking about Preston Road. You're talking about a middle of the day late lunch crowd.
And so if they're going the speed of about 50 right now, that's about 20 miles over the speed limit in that area. And I still can't.
So we just crossed Mockingbird, it looks like.
I still can't tell if that left tire is indeed hit.
If there were one that was going to be, that of course would be it you saw just a few moments ago. We seem to be slowing down now.
Right.
I don't know if the driver is running out of options, maybe less familiar with the area, but you can see that not only the driver but the police in pursuit slowing down quite significantly here.
Steve, it is possible now that left tire was hit at Lemon. Okay, they're going to get in front of them here.
This is going to be the end right here.
It's coming to a stop right here. The vehicle stopped at this point. You will have officers get out with weapons drawn.
Okay.
And we're going to see if the doors on that vehicle open or if the police approach. You have a deputy in front of the vehicle. You have at least two that we can see right under those
trees.
branches. But the doors have not opened on that vehicle. The windows have not cracked. Officers have their weapons drawn.
Yeah, you can see the officers on the left-hand side. We're going to keep the screen as clean as possible for you so that you can get as much picture as you can. We are still in the Highland Park area of town here.
And Steve, for officers...
And here we go. The
doors open. Doors open.
Okay, hands are up.
You see hands up.
Okay, it does look like it's a female. Okay, so female driver confirmed.
And
her
now
hands
this is what you call a felony stop. They're having her back towards them. They're giving her verbal commands. Hands up, back up. Officer's going to take her down now at this moment. You see it move in.
That's one arm. That's two. She's cuffed. Okay.
And now they're going to make sure there's no one else in the vehicle.
We should expect perhaps the trunk to open.
Whoa, getting some air. Approaching 79th Street. Approaching and westbound again. Okay, Courtney. Okay. I wish we'd... Whoop. Through Western. Gabby, thank you, thank you, thank you. Whoa! Oh, oh! TC, doors are open, he's out running. Running towards us, there we go. That's the driver. Still going. There he is. I got him. He's doubling back to the street. They're going back to the street. He's behind that tree. Over the fence. There he goes. I just saw him again. He's right there, but that front yard of that building. There he goes. He's coming back towards us. With a steeple roof. Going back this way. It's over. He crashed, he got out, and he ran. He's right behind you. There he goes, it's over. Officer needs help. He's fighting with the officer, and we can't see it. God, I hate LAX. I love Ontario. Not letting us in. Why wouldn't they let us in? They're still fighting them. Well, if you guys are watching on Facebook, it was a little bit, I couldn't have got that into it. You can tell we're end of the lens. It's quite a distance away. If I, you know what, just to give you guys an idea how far away it is. That's how far away it is, just with the lens. Looking out the window, we can't see it. LAPD had 2 helicopters over it, so there's one of them. The other one's the black and white. That's a little bit lower down. It was a pursuit, stolen vehicle, possible man with a gun, so it was a possible carjacking suspect. You saw what we saw, a lot of zigzagging through smaller streets. We couldn't go where we wanted to go because of LAX and airspace and critical and this, that, and the other thing. So we were only able to shoot it at the end of the lens there. You know, the only thing I can say is rules are rules, and everybody else is basically hanging out with us. So it isn't like there was something more to see someplace else. There we go, in the shot right there, walking underneath the tarps. That suspect now in custody, walking with one officer, handcuffs on right there. Ended in a crash. I'm sure you guys saw that. Basically made a wild turn, lost it a little bit, went into a parked car. I'm sure whoever owns that Audi probably not too amused at the situation. The passenger right there being taken into custody as well. The car being checked out. Now they're saying stolen vehicle. That's what they were saying from the get-go out here. Some crazy moments. That guy was really, really moving out, getting air a couple of times. It's daytime, so we couldn't see sparks, but that vehicle bottoming out more than once. Coming to an end out down there at 79th Street, and I think we'll get the cross as Denker, but not 100% on that right now. It's near Western, I can tell you that. Western was the last major that he crossed. But residential neighborhood, wild chase, stolen vehicle, 2 people inside, possible weapon use, possible carjacking. I'm saying all this possible because we're working to get that stuff confirmed. Obviously, LAPD isn't sitting there talking to our assignment desk, dishing all the dirt, as it would be. So we're just kind of going off of what we were hearing earlier on. Dangerous situation for sure. One officer from LAPD confronting this possibly armed suspect, and I guess, just from the way they were saying it, I guess there was some sort of struggle in that backyard behind that building that we could not see. Right now, though, suspect in custody, passenger in custody, vehicle has been stopped. Minor accident here as it crashed into a parked car. LAPD, 77th Division. And we're looking at the South Los Angeles area down there. Pursuit comes to an end. Nobody hurt except for whoever owns that parked Audi there. I'm sure he's not going to be happy when he comes out to see what was happening. Assignment desk, checking in. Hang on, I'll read it up here. I think it's Denker. And of course, there's nothing there. Let me go to the next one. Oh, there's probably one right there. Using Sky9 mapping technology. It was 7979 and St. Andrews Place. 79 and St. Andrews Place is where the collision happened. And the desk is holding us here for a little bit longer, but it's pretty much just a stagnant shot for right now. Going to go ahead and see if I can get the good old interwebs up and running. This is one of those spots where it's very hit and miss, more miss than hit, and see what we got going on here. But yeah, we did catch this one. Thank you for that. I do appreciate it. 290 comments? Guys, come on, man. How am I going to go through that? 293 comments. The first one I read is how Sherry missed it. You know, you didn't miss much. I mean, it was all at the end of a lens, so it was crazy. And yeah, Marcos, I'm sure he was trying to work his magic, but they had 2 helicopters in critical area, and it was an issue for sure. Yes, sir. 2 in custody, driver and passenger. Copy all. I'll make an effort to read some of